provide you with a quick overview of some chart analysis that will be relevant for the upcoming week. Our hope is that you find the content we provide useful, enjoyable and informative. If you do, we kindly ask that you consider subscribing to our channel, clicking the like button and sharing our videos with your friends and colleagues. We would also appreciate it if you followed us on our various social media platforms. In particular, we encourage you to join our Telegram group where we distribute daily trading signals and provide opportunities for you to interact and network with fellow traders. We also have fantastic content on Instagram that we think you will enjoy. So without further ado, let's dive right into the video and explore some of the key chart analysis that will be relevant for the upcoming week. Alright, so guys, the first pair that we'll be analyzing for this upcoming week is US30, and this is the weekly time frame on US30, and there are less information on the weekly time frame on US30, but if we noticed, the market has been majorly on an uptrend. The market has majorly been on an uptrend from this point to this point, right? And then we also had from this point to this point. Okay, so which means that the market has majorly been on an uptrend on the US30 market. And then if you notice what's actually transpired here, we had a low that was created, and then we had a low, and then we had an high. So this is the low. Let me draw something like this, and then if you notice, this is the support trend line and this is the resistance trend line, and then we had this break of this trend line down here, and then we had price fall back to this low, right? And then after we had price falls back to this low that was created here, and then we had an high created, and then we had another higher low, rather higher high created here, right? So which means that the market majorly has been on an uptrend on US30. And then I'm going to be explaining some important things to you guys, and I'm going to be showing you guys some important things that is likely going to happen this coming week on US30. And the market has, I would say, has relatively been on an uptrend market on US30. Let's go down to the daily time frame, and then let's try and observe some certain things that price has been playing around on the US30 market. And yes, so here we had the first bounce of this support trend line, and then we had another bounce of this support trend line here. So we had the first bounce here, right? And then we had another bounce here. So now I'm expecting some further bullish movement on US30. All right, and why am I also looking for some further bullish movement? That means the bears, the bulls coming into play on the US30 market for this week. And if you notice what we actually have here that is actually playing out here, guys, we have the inverted head and shoulder playing out here on US30. This is the inverted, this is the left shoulder. We have this left shoulder here, and then we have price coming down here to this zone, and then going back up here, and then we had this, so this is more of an inverted head and shoulder. The left shoulder here, we have the head here, and then we had the right shoulder here. That is on the US30 market. So I'm expecting, and then this could literally be like what we call the trend line of US30, right? Of the inverted head and shoulder rather. So this is the neckline of the inverted head and shoulder. So guys, so what I will be expecting on the US30 market, I'll be expecting some further bullish movement. But before that, I would literally be looking for price coming down to test this support trend line, and then push back up. So what I'll be expecting for this coming week on the US30 market, I'll be expecting a sort of movement like this. I'll be thinking a sort of movement like this on the US30 market, sort of movement like this, and then we have price breaking down. Okay, I think let me use this so that I can be able to properly draw my tools better. All right, just give me a moment, guys. Let me take this off my screen. expecting to see also this. All right, so what I'm expecting from USD, I'm expecting price coming back to test this support trend line, and then make some sort of movement like this, and then up here to this resistance zone, and then I'll be expecting further bullish movement like this, that is on US30. So if I'm looking at ways I should be opening, we could also see some sort of movement like this. We could just see price not even testing this zone but just pushing back up. But by likelihood scenario that I think that the US30 market is going to play is price retesting this support trend line, and then we have some sort of push back up to this resistance zone, and then we'll have a break, and then we'll have some further bullish movement here. So if I'm looking at setting my profit targets on US30, my first TP is going to be on this resistance trend line, on this resistance zone rather, and then my second TP would be on this resistance trend line. So, and my entry would be at this support trend line here. So if I'm looking at placing my entry, let me go down to the 4 hours so that we could properly place our entry. So my entry on this pair is going to be here. My entry on this pair is going to be here. So my entry is going to be here, expecting price to fall down to drop to this support trend line, and then I could be looking at putting my stop loss below, right below this support trend line, and then my first profit target would be here, be at this resistance. This should be my first profit target, and then my second profit target should be here, guys. My second profit target should be here, guys. So I'll be expecting some further bullish movement up to this resistance trend line. But within this movement, you should be able to take some profits. All right. So you should be able to take some profit within that movement. All right, guys. So yes, so that is going to be what I should be expecting on US30. So let's go to NAS100 for this week. So for NAS100, guys, let me go up to the daily time frame. Guys, NAS100 has been on a bullish ride. It's been pushing up after we had this sort of triple bottom. We had the first test, second test, and the third test, and then we had price breaking through this neckline here, right? We had price breaking through this neckline here, and then after we had that sort of movement, if you notice, we had this impulse move, and then we had this break of this resistance zone here, and then we had price reaching at this high, and then we had a retest. We had a retest here, and then we had a retest of this zone that is on the NAS100, and then we had some sort of W pattern that actually formed here. We had some sort of W pattern that formed at this low, that is on the NAS100. Some sort of W pattern, and then we had this impulse move that occurred next, that is on the US NAS100 pair, and then that is the Nasdaq, right? And then what I'll be expecting, it's for us to continue with the trend, because the trend has been majorly bullish. On NAS100. So all we should be anticipating and all we should be looking for on NAS100 is for us to continue to ride this bullish market. All right, so all we'll just be looking for just a minor correction to the downward side, and then push back up. Let's go down to the 4 hours, and then let's see what's currently going on. So here on the 4 hours, this is what the price has been doing. We have this sort of consolidation around this zone. That is on NAS100, and then we had price breaking through this consolidation down here, and then taking out stop losses of traders that have been placed here, and then we had this impulse move. We had this impulse move, this breakout here, and then we had price coming back in between. We had price coming back in between this consolidation box, and then we had another breakout, and then we had some sort of retest. We had some sort of retest around this zone, right? We had some sort of retest around this zone. So what I'll be expecting on the US30 market, I'll be expecting price to continue this bullish movement. All right. So I'll be expecting. Let me push this trend line further, because this is what we should be using to anticipate our profit target that is on Mass 100. So what I'll be expecting price to make movement like this. I'll be expecting a retest of this support trend line, and then some sort of movement like this, back up, right? So my bias for the upcoming week, for this week rather, is bullish movement on Nas 100. But before that, I'm expecting price to come back down to this low, take out stop losses that have been placed around this zone, and then this impulse move up. But in between this move, guys, you should be looking at your profit targets in between these moves, in between this impulse move that we have here. You could probably look at this zone as a profit target for yourself, and also you could also look at this zone here as another profit target for yourself, and then the third profit target could be somewhere around this zone here. So let's go to the 4 hours and spot this better. So yeah, so guys, so this should be the first profit target, the second profit target, and then the third profit target should be this guy over here. All right. So let's move into the DXY. So for the DXY for this coming week, guys, the DXY is playing. I love what this guy is actually doing right now. What price is currently playing out right now on the DXY? On the weekly time frame, we had nothing major, right? We had this amazing evening star that formed here, and then we had this impulse move, and then we had this break, this sort of bearish move here, and then if you notice, we had an amazing W that actually formed here. This is the W pattern that formed at this low here on the DXY, right? This is the W pattern, which you can also call the double bottom, right? And then let's go down to the daily time frame. So on the daily time frame, if you guys will be able to spot this W pattern much more clearer, it's much more obvious on the daily time frame, right? And then yes, so that is that. And then we had this let me go down to the 4 hours. And the 4 hours, you guys would actually be able to see this, because this was actually analyzed last week as well. The price on DXY has majorly been bearish. And then it's been testing this low, this high, this low, this high, this low, this high, this low, this high. So it's been forming an high, a low, a lower high, a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, and then this low was created there. And then we had some sort of what's it called? Some sort of consolidation around this zone on the DXY. Some sort of consolidation. And then if you guys notice what happened, we finally have a breakout of the DXY, that is of this consolidation section. So we have a breakout of this consolidation section on the DXY. So guys, so my bias for this coming week is bullish, right? It's bullish because the price has been consolidating, and then knowing that we've already had a breakout of this consolidation box, right? All I'll be expecting price to do or to play out on the DXY is a bullish move. So I would be expecting further bullish move on the DXY for this coming week. So I'll be expecting further bullish move on the DXY for this coming week. So the sort of movement I would be expecting, let me start this back. sort of movement I'll be expecting on the DXY is to see something, a retest, probably a retest of this zone, that is consolidation box, a retest of this zone, and then a push up to this resistance zone that we have here. That is what I will be expecting, but you could see price just make push up to this zone, right? This could also be a likely scenario, guys. So just keep a close eye on the DXY, alright, for this upcoming week. And then also for the DXY, in terms of my profit target, I should be looking at zones like this. No, rather I would go with this as my first profit target, and then I would go with this as my second profit target, and then this as my third profit target, alright? But most importantly, I should be expecting to see some sort of retest around this zone, retest of this consolidation box, and then an impulse move to the upside. So that's what I'll be expecting on the DXY for this coming week, guys. That is what I'll be expecting for the DXY on this coming week. So I should be looking at my entry around this zone here, alright? My entry stop loss please somewhat around here, and then this should be my fourth profit target. It should be my fourth profit target. This should be my second profit target, and then this here should be my third profit target. Alright, so guys, so whatever works for you guys, alright? So whatever works for you guys in terms of your risks, in terms of your risk to reward ratio, and then also just pay more reference that price might just from an impulse move from here, because we have this big break of this consolidation box here, right? So we could just have price just make a quick impulse to the upside without even coming back down to retest this low. But the obvious thing is price does not move on a straight wave. It's moving waves. It's moving waves. Price moves in waves. This form, it's moving waves, right? So this is what I should be expecting to see on the DXY for this coming week. And then let's move into gold. So for the gold market, guys, for the gold market, we have this resistance support, this resistance trend line here, and we have this support trend line here, and then we had this double top that was formed here on gold, the first high here, the second high here, and if you notice, the price has been moving on a bearish trend so far. That is on what's it called, on gold, and then we had price coming back up to retest this zone that we had here, this sort of zone here, and then it broke it further to the upside a little bit around here, and then we had this quick drop on the gold market. So guys, what I'll be expecting this week on gold, it's for me to start observing further bearish movement on the gold market. I'm not looking for anything other than bearish opportunities on gold. That is what I'm looking for this coming week. I'm just only looking for bearish opportunities on gold. I'm looking for bearish opportunities on gold. So what I'll be expecting this coming week, I'll be expecting some sort of break of this support trend line, and then retest, and then further drop here on gold. Further drop here on gold. So that is what I should be expecting to see on gold, or probably should be expecting to see something like this, a retest here, alright, and then a drop. So this is another likely scenario that might actually play out on gold. Another likely scenario that might play out on gold, we'll just see a breakout of this support trend line, and then a retest of the trend line, and then further bearish move, or we could have price go back up, take out stop losses of orders that have been placed here, and then make a drop. But my bias literally would be bearish opportunities on gold, because once the DXY is pushing up, and then we have a break of this consolidation box, it means that we should be looking for clear bearish opportunities on the gold market, alright? And then yes, and then lastly, I want us to look at the USdCad pair. And guys, if you notice what USdCad has been playing and has been doing for the past couple of weeks, this is the daily time frame on the USdCad. USdCad has been on a major uptrend, guys. USdCad has been on a major uptrend for a while. It's been pushing up, and then we had this sort of bullish movement on USdCad. We had this bullish movement on USdCad, and then if you notice, we had a breakout of this zone here, which is a major zone here. Breakout of this zone, and then guys, and for a while now, USdCad has been sort of ranging. It's been ranging for weeks now, and then it's been ranging from this zone to this zone, and then here ranged. It's been consolidating. So what I'll be expecting to see, I'll be expecting price to push back up to the zone and then continue this sort of consolidation that is on what's it called, on USdCad. So this is what I should be expecting to see on USD, on USdCad. I'm expecting price to continue this sort of consolidation for a while. It should continue this sort of consolidation for a while. But also, if you also notice, we had this sort of double bottom that formed here. And then yeah, so literally, so I'm expecting price to push up to this resistance zone here, that is on the USdCad. So guys, I would only be looking for bullish opportunities on the USdCad pair. So you should be looking at going long once market opens on USdCad, and then probably I should be looking at zones, at this zone. I could just have my stop loss here, and I could be looking at this zone being my first profit target. I could be looking at this zone being my first profit target. Yeah, I could be looking at this zone being my first profit target, and then this resistance zone being my second profit target. So guys, so I would be expecting only bullish opportunities on the gold market, alright? So that is what I should be expecting on the gold market, because, and most importantly, the gold market has been, the USdCad market has been on a ranging market. So I'm expecting it to continue, just test back on this resistance zone, and then probably if we have a breakout, then we could be expecting for that bullish move, alright? So if we have price do something like this, then we could be expecting to see some further bullish move on USdCad. But first, what I will be expecting to see is a retest first, and then we'll see what price plays around this zone for us to kind of determine its next movement, alright? So guys, so that is that on all the pairs for this week. We analyzed US30, Nasdaq, DXY, gold, and USdCad. So guys, this concludes our analysis for the week. If you found the content engaging and informative, kindly consider subscribing, sharing with your friends and family, liking and commenting on the video to share your insights and what you have learned. Additionally, you can follow us on Telegram to receive daily trade ideas and interact with like-minded traders. The link to our Telegram community and Instagram is attached below in the description. Thank you guys.